Hi everyone, it's Jasmine, and in today's video we are going to be chatting about seasonal allergies, which is especially important as we head into the warmer weather. I hope you learned something in today's video, and let's get started. Now, what are seasonal allergies? Seasonal allergies can sometimes be referred to as hay fever or allergic rhinitis, and they occur when the immune system overreacts to airborne allergens. Common triggers include pollen from trees and flowers, grasses, and weeds. Symptoms typically occur during specific times of the year when the seasons are transitioning. Common symptoms include sneezing, runny or congested nose, itchy eyes, nose or throat, watery or red eyes, and then fatigue or brain fog. Again, a few of the most common allergy triggers are tree pollen, which happens in the spring, grass pollen, which can happen late spring to summer transition, weed pollen, which is more often in the late summer and fall, and then mold spores, especially in damp environments. So sometimes in the spring and fall, when there's really heavy rains, we can have a damp environment where molds can thrive. Now, how do allergies actually affect the body? So, the immune system will identify allergens as being harmful. In response, it'll release what's called a histamine, which is a chemical, along with other chemicals that lead to inflammation and typical allergy symptoms. It's essentially your body's response to try to fight off and rid these allergens from entering your body. Now, there are a few prevention strategies that are huge in helping with allergies, especially seasonal allergies. One, we can monitor pollen forecasts so we can know the days that are important to maybe stay inside or maybe wear protection, such as a mask if we're going outside in heavy pollen and we have severe allergies. We can keep our windows closed during those high pollen days as well. We can also make sure that we're showering and we're changing clothes after we're being outdoors, as these allergens can sometimes stick to us or our clothing. We can use air purifiers and HEPA filters, which help purify the air and keep it nice and clean and free of pollen and other allergens. And then again, we can avoid outdoor activities during these peak pollen times, which can allow ourselves to avoid acquiring these symptoms and an allergic reaction if we do have severe seasonal allergies. Now, there are over the counter treatments if we're finding our allergies to be very disruptive to our day to day. There's antihistamines, which reduce the symptoms such as sneezing and itching if they're related to allergic reactions. Decongestants, which, as they sound, will relieve nasal congestion. Nasal corticosteroid sprays, which will reduce inflammation. We want to make sure, of course, that we are following the instructions closely when taking any of these treatments. And then eye drops for irritation if we do have that kind of itchy, red, watery eye sensation. Now, prescription and advanced treatments. This is when your seasonal allergies have reached that next level and are quite severe. And at this point, you should be seeing a physician who may prescribe a prescription strength antihistamine or spray, leukotriene receptor antagonists, which essentially are medications that block the chemicals that cause inflammation in our body and the chemicals that cause the swelling, mucus production, and airway tightening. You may also be eligible to go on allergy immunotherapy, so allergy shots or tablets that help our immune systems combat these allergies. But again, if you are at a level of allergic reactions that are that severe or disruptive to your day to day, it's very essential that you are consulting with a healthcare provider. Now, with all that said, there are ways that we can prevent ourselves from developing these symptoms that are associated with seasonal allergies. This can include saline nasal rinses, so for example, a neti pot, and just making sure we're cleaning out our sinuses and no pollen or anything is in there causing us to have the sneezing, congestion, and so on. Staying hydrated is huge in helping our immune system function at its best. Wearing sunglasses outdoors to protect your eyes, and then again, maintaining clean or indoor environments, so controlling the dust and mold inside. Now, overall, it's essential that you're seeking medical care if symptoms are severe, persistent, or not relieved by over the counter treatments. This is especially important if there's wheezing, shortness of breath, or worsening asthma, as these symptoms can indicate a medical emergency. A healthcare provider can recommend more effective treatments and prevent complications, but as we head into different seasons, we can incorporate the practices discussed in this video to reduce the likelihood of us developing symptoms related to seasonal allergies. Thank you for watching.